Welcome to Joa Fitness Health Wellness Video Podcast, a space to ignite your day through positive conversations. We bring people that have created excellence in their life, sharing high vibration in their reawakening path.
Hi guys, here from the beautiful San Diego, California. I am super excited to bring this beautiful podcast today, talking about a lot of information about mothers and kids and babies with an expert. We have Stefanie Antunes. She's now in Toronto, right? Are you in Toronto? Toronto, Canada. And she is actually somebody that has taught me so much about motherhood. I actually took the doula training with her. She is a doula expert and a trainer from DONA International. And she's going to talk today about the relationship between doulas and mothers, and give us a little bit of education about what's a doula and what they do in the process of becoming, of helping mothers in the process. So please, Stefanie, tell us about you, a little bit about how you started getting involved with this beautiful world of motherhood, and how do you find yourself now becoming a trainer and being a trainer for so many years? How do you see this business about doula going?
So I think, like a lot of people, my journey starting as a doula came from my own birth experience, my oldest son who's 20, and the difference between that birth, which I felt to be disempowering, and the second birth, which was very empowering for me, and I realized it kind of changed how we parent. When we come away from birth having an empowering experience, it really changes how we feel as a parent. And I knew that I wanted to work in this line of work, and that started what has become a huge, career for me and passion for me to work with families. So I've been privileged to work with over 1,000 families between my childbirth classes and my doula work, and just recently did my annual report, and I've taught like 800 doulas or something crazy like that.
Wow.
So honestly, this is pretty much everything that I do is doula related. And one of the topics that we had discussed talking about today was how to establish that connection and how to deepen that connection with doula clients.
Yes. Wow, that's amazing. So you said that you've been working with more than 800 families. So you've been really creating a huge transformation in women becoming mothers, right? This is very important. Emotional support in this moment that is needed nowadays with so much stress. So what you just commented in the background that you are actually a mother of 3 kids, right? Which you look amazing, like a very, very beautiful mother. So tell us about your contrast of being the first, with the first birth where you didn't have much support, and the second birth. Like, what was exactly? Did you actually have a doula or a midwife, or how was that experience?
Honestly, that was 17 years ago and 20 years ago. So the role of the doula, although it existed, it wasn't very common back then.
Yeah.
And for me, the distinction was really about being my own healthcare advocate. And I think that that's a concept that doulas know very well, and that they bring to their relationship with families is some discussion and some inspiration around being their own healthcare advocate. Because it's really easy to walk into our medical system today and just go with the flow and just go along with the policies and the procedures and do whatever it is that we're told to do. And that works for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody. And it can at times lead to a disempowering experience, which is what happened to me with that first experience. So for me, what made the most impact was learning how to be my own healthcare advocate.
So you mean that you had a doula in the second birth? You had a doula with you, or you were your own doula?
Nope, neither. I don't think anyone can be their own doula.
No, but
so
how did you actually shift it? How did you shift that mindset?
I took childbirth classes. I took prenatal classes. Mm-hmm.
So in the first one,
I hadn't done that with the first one.
Okay.
And then with the second one, I knew I needed to do things differently, and so I became more informed. And I think that's one of many ways that we can become informed. But yeah, for me, it was taking a really great prenatal class that had as a key message to be an informed decision maker.
Wow. But I mean, I just want to know a little bit more about you, because being in touch with the emotional part of a woman is not as easy, and you actually loved it so much that you decided to be an advocate of this beautiful profession, which I would love you to explain to people out there what's a doula. A lot of people don't know what's a doula. Please tell us the difference between a doula and a midwife, for example.
Sure. So a midwife is a clinician. So a midwife can actually do prenatal health screens and can keep an eye on the health of the birthing person and the baby, and can catch the baby. So medically can do a lot of those medical tasks, where a doula is a non-medical professional who provides continuous support to families before, during, and after birth.
Okay, so that's the doula. So a doula, you could say that is an emotional support that educates and refers, right? Refers to experts. Yes.
And I like to say that a good doula is a chameleon, that we can change depending on each family's needs. So where one family might be really interested in learning a lot about birth and doing a lot of preparation, then a doula might do that for one family. And another family might feel just really confident and need someone to help with, maybe they're planning a home birth and they want someone to come in and help with the logistics of setting up their birth tub or, whatever it might be. And for another family, maybe they have a lot of anxiety and they want someone who's there with them all along. Instead of going onto Google and, typing in whatever crazy thing they have is happening, maybe they just want to text their doula and say, listen, I've got this concern or fear or worry about this thing. Can you give me more information? And the doula can streamline that and give them the right information. So I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all role. I think a good doula can change and mold themselves to match whatever the client's needs are.
Right. And now in Toronto, you actually have an agency of doulas, right? Because this is something that is getting very popular now, and you felt that gap bringing now this agency that you select doulas, right? So in the process of connecting doulas in Toronto, do you have a specific niche, or is doulas are actually in this moment for everybody, for all mothers?
Yeah, I mean, I think a doula is for whoever wants a doula. So, we work a little bit differently. So we run 2 different agencies that each have different target markets, and we also run 2 hospital doula programs where clients can either choose to work with an apprentice doula at a reduced rate as those doulas continue their training, their hands-on training, or they can hire an experienced doula at a traditional regular fee. But that also is one of the ways that we're helping doulas to become affordable for all families.
Right.
So we've got lots of different stuff going on here.
And how do you think a woman brings somebody that is a stranger and becomes so open into such a close, intimate process? How a doula can actually get to that space of intimacy? How, what are the characteristics of this woman that becomes a doula and now is such a strong key on the process of connection with the mother?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is that people who want to become doulas are people who have a genuine interest in supporting people and offering non-judgmental support. So one of the things that a lot of people come to us and say, it's not that they necessarily don't have, a mom, friend, sister, neighbor that could be supportive, partner who is supportive to them. It's that they're looking for someone who can provide that unbiased, non-judgmental support, who knows more than the average person, and who isn't going to become emotionally involved, right? Yeah. So a partner can be an amazing emotional support person, but it can be really tough watching your partner go through labor. So, for that person, watching their spouse in pain or their partner in pain, that might be difficult, whereas a doula is a little bit more neutral in that regard.
Right.
So that's why someone might want a doula. In terms of how they connect, so as soon as someone has that desire to have that person, they're automatically opening themselves up a little bit to the possibility of finding a connection with someone.
Yes.
And, in our agencies, we talk a lot about how to connect with people. And connecting with someone it's a couple of different things. I think number one is offering that non-judgmental support. So our clients feel like they can say anything to us, and we're not going to react no matter what they say.
Yeah.
And then the second thing, too, is that one of the ways that we can connect, so from a business perspective, we connect with other people when we invoke emotion.
Okay.
So you think about your favorite commercial, your favorite advertisement, either on print or on TV or radio or whatever.
Yeah.
The best commercials and the best advertisements that stand out to us are not something that talks about the features of what it does. It's a commercial that makes us feel something.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what we can do as a doula, to connect with someone, is help them understand how they will feel differently having us there by their side, that they can feel more relaxed, that they can feel more in control, that they can come away from this experience saying it was amazing, instead of the message we often get in media today, especially in North America, which is that birth is painful and it's dangerous and all these things, which is not the case, right? It doesn't need to be like that.
Okay.
And so a doula can help people to understand and to feel differently when they're present.
Okay, yeah. I think that really helped a lot of women out there that could be listening to this podcast, reminding them that it's all about the emotion that they are connecting the process of being a mother, because it's true, like every time we watch a movie in the part where it's a delivery, there is so much drama, right? And it doesn't have to be that way. It's actually a natural process that could be embraced with love and compassion. And of course, now with the doula profession being so popular, we are having this amazing opportunity to teach the new generations about motherhood, which is something natural. Actually, the doula, can you remind us how actually the doula, the history of the doula? It's actually very transcendent, right? It becomes like from our ancestors when we were like with no midwife, just like small little villages, right?
I mean, the truth is women have always been surrounded by women in labor.
Exactly.
So there typically was some kind of a traditional midwife, and that was usually a role that passed down from generation to generation in families. But separate from that person is we were surrounded by our moms and our aunts and our sisters and our friends and our neighbors, and that was the early doula. I mean, it really is a role that has existed as long as humans have existed.
Yes.
It's actually fairly rare for people to go off and be by themselves in labor. It typically is something where we're surrounded by support people. And it's really only when we moved birth into the hospital that we saw separation from that family support and that community support. So when you think of the history of mankind, really it's only about the last 100 years where we've seen that separation and the birthing person going off on their own, or with, and really only in the last, 30, 40, 50 years, even the potential of having a partner join them in the hospital. So that's not even really that old as a concept as having our partner there. So really a lot has changed in the last 100 years.
Yes, well, it was so amazing to have this short chat with you about a little bit about doula. It's our first chat. I'm looking forward to hear about what people think about doulas now that they got information and education from somebody like you that has been doing this for over 10 years. I think one question that we can leave out there is like, are you ready to have a doula with you? Not everybody is ready. So I would love to hear women if they can actually leave a comment and tell us if they're actually open to get a doula on the next birth, or they actually feel a little bit uncomfortable to be with a stranger with them. How do they see that? And if they have any questions, please leave us a comment. And we also would love to give you any type of support. Stefanie, thank you so much. It was just a short chat, just to inform and to educate. You are an amazing mother and an amazing expert that has given us so much education related to this topic that is growing, and I'm so excited about the emotional support that it's bringing to the mothers and making stronger mothers, a stronger human in the future. And I'm excited to be a doula. I'm actually getting certified this year as a birth doula and postpartum doula, and I'm putting a lot of information out there because I think we all need to know about this beautiful career. Thank you, Stefanie, for your time. We're looking forward to talk again. And beautiful, beautiful day over there. It's the beginning of a new week. Do you have anything else to share before we say a goodbye here?
No, just to encourage everyone to bring their vulnerability forward, whether it's a birthing person or a doula or those people supporting, mums and families is, be vulnerable. That's where the strength really lies.
Yes. So in the next episode, we're going to be talking the difference between postpartum depression and baby blues and psychosis. So that's like a very deep topic that my friend Stefanie will tell us, and we'll talk about the difference of this. So thank you so much, Stefanie. Have a beautiful day, and we talk.
Bye, everyone.
Remember that together we are stronger. Bye.
We invite you to subscribe to this channel and share with your community. Please leave comments below, and if you like the episode, click the like button. Have a beautiful day.